Welcome to the Opinions on Pickens podcast, the sports show where there are no fouls or flags, only baskets and touchdowns. Here's your host, Alyssa Butterson.
What's going on, OOP fam? I'm your host, Alyssa Butterson, and I brought a very special guest and friend along with me today, former Gamecock and current WNBA star, Miss Allisha Gray. What's going on, Allisha?
Nothing, just chilling. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for being here with us. We're all really happy and excited to have you here today.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So I kind of wanted to start the episode off with letting the Opinions on Pickens fam know how we know each other and where we met. So I was going to talk about senior semester. So it's technically a class, but Allisha will tell you it's more like a job. So I'm going to let you kind of give the people a little insight on what a day was like for us in senior semester.
It was a busy day. When we started, basically, it was a 9-to-5 job. We basically came put our news stories together, follow the director, what they had in mind. And then for the most part, just putting our stories together, going out, getting stories and stuff like that. We were definitely hectic. But overall, it was fun people in our class as well. So I enjoyed it.
It was a good time. Basically, like
she
said,
it was.
It was like a 9-to-5 job that every day we played a different role in. So one day Allisha might be the sports anchor, the next day she might be weather, and then the next day she may be behind the camera doing audio and on a total different spectrum, which was really cool in my opinion to kind of get to learn all aspects.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. I really enjoyed that class. It was fun to me. It was long, but it was fun.
It was. I give USC a lot of credit because that class, like I said, did make me a better person. Did professors like Greg and Rick make an impact on you at all?
Yeah, they definitely did. They definitely brought me out of my comfort zone. First in the class, I was shy, and it was different. Like playing in front of a crowd of people, actually like talking in front of people are two different things. They're more close and personal in your space. They definitely helped me out a lot of coming out of my shell and opening up and showing more of my person, like a dull brick personality. So they helped me bring out the personality in me.
I can attest to that, guys. In the beginning, she was very shy, and Allisha really is just like a soft, bubbly, fun person. And like sometimes she doesn't show that side, but when she does, like it's totally different. You can see on her film. We all have filmed. I promise there's some film of her out there. So another question. From that question, I guess now in your professional career, how did that training, I guess, of being on camera impact how you do interviews in your professional career now?
It helps out a lot. I give more lengthy answers than I did coming to senior semester. I know I would give like one response answers, but now I elaborate more on my answers more than what I used to, and I taught a lot longer than what I used to as well. So they definitely show me that interviews can be fun. So I really enjoy doing interviews just to see how far I've come and able to elaborate more than what I used to.
So let's get into some basketball, your area of expertise. And I kind of want to do a little background. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to kind of run through some facts here. So just a girl from Sandersville, Georgia, who then takes her talents to North Carolina for a few years before transferring to, our heart and soul, the University of South Carolina. What was it like? What was it like growing up in Georgia?
It was cool. Most of my life I grew up playing basketball. So basketball was really my life. When they say ball is life, it's really a true thing. Cause for me, like during summers, like I didn't take vacations like normal kids did. So you come at the school and teachers are like, "Oh, write about what you did in the summer." I'm writing about all the basketball tournaments I played in. But most important, it was cool. It was a small town. You basically knew almost everybody. But overall, it was cool growing up in Georgia in the town of Sandersville.
That small town, like going from there to North Carolina, what was that like? How was your time at North Carolina?
It was fun. I was able to meet friends that I have for a lifetime there, especially like my two best friends currently, Stephanie Vunga and Jamie Chair. We really bonded very close at UNC. I already knew Diamond. That's a childhood friend. So I knew her going into UNC, but being able to just build that bond with Stephanie Mavunga and Jamie Chair. If I never went to UNC, I would never be able to meet them, and it's just a lifetime friendship. Like to this day, we still communicate and talk and stuff.
So Going to
I love
USC,
them.
obviously, UNC, excuse me, was obviously really important. The two best friends you got out of it are just lifelong things you'll always keep with you. What about USC then?
Yeah.
What made you decide to transfer? If things were going well in North Carolina, did you just want to go a different direction?
It's a lot of things that went on behind the scene that kind of geared me towards transferring. But I knew like when I wanted to transfer, I wanted to go to the University of South Carolina, obviously because it was a lot closer, 6 hours away from home to only 2 hours away from home, and then being able to play on the Coach Staley too. And I knew going to South Carolina, I'd be able to compete for a championship as well. So that played a big factor on Coach Staley and me transferring to South Carolina.
Yeah, that was going to actually be my next question was, did Dawn play a role coming there? Obviously it did. I mean, obviously Dawn is just like a staple of just so much, but I mean, can you give us an idea of what it is like being on that women's basketball team under her leadership?
I mean, it was great. I mean, she definitely prepares you for the pros. I mean, going from college to the WNBA, other than like the physical level, everything that Coach Study taught you was like, oh, back then you was like, oh, this don't make any sense to me. But once you actually experience that pro level basketball, then it dawns on you like, oh, that's what Coach Staley was talking about in practice that day. So I mean, definitely South Carolina, they develop pros. So you're already pro ready. They build your frame of mindset, like everything like once you reach that pro level, like you'll be comfortable because South Carolina, like that's their main thing. Like they make pros.
They prepare you. I mean, something I love about Dawn is just something I love about Frank Martin also is they're they're such kind, awesome, amazing people, but when it's time to get down to business, it's time to get down to business with them, I feel like.
Yes, like you can't judge them like on the court because I mean really because everybody's in their zone. Like you can't judge a person about on how they are on the court because in the zone like nobody's there to be nice and make friends and have fun. It's off the court. Once you really meet a person off the court and get to know them, then you really know the real them.
Yeah. I mean, again, USC and everywhere, in my opinion, Dawn is one of those people who have completely changed the dynamic of the game in the WNBA. Is there a specific lesson that you take with her to the pros, that you speak from her to the pros?
Just continue like being myself. I mean, I know before I went to the draft, the advice she gave me was continue doing what got me there, and I've continued to do it now, and I've been successful in doing it. So the biggest thing is just continue being yourself. Don't change you because obviously I did something right to be able to make it to the pro level.
150,000% you're doing something right to make it to the pro level. Okay. So, of course, you made it. You've had an amazing career. I kind of want to specifically talk about the year 2017. So, when you think the year 2017, what are just some things that come to mind when you think about that year?
National championship.
Yep. Rookie of the
That's
year.
pretty much all I think about
Hello.
national championship.
So that was
Oh
like
yeah, rookie of the
huge.
year, yeah. Being drafted, you know.
Yes. So
Yeah,
for the
it was definitely winning that championship and rookie of the year in the same year.
I mean, come on, girl. Like that is amazing. Seriously, like people look up to you. There are little girls and boys that look up to you, and that's amazing to see that.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool when like, cause I enjoy like little kids. Like I love offense, but like the little kids like accountable. Like you can have like the worst game of your career, and they'll still come up to you like you just went out and made score like a triple double or something. Like they're always happy for you. They never like badmouth you. That's why I love like little kid fans.
Seriously. Let me give the OOP fam a little bit of a recap of your 2017 year that they just don't really know about. So, as we said, national championship in April with the University of South Carolina. 11 days later, I'm sure she's still on a high from the Natty Championship. She was drafted number 4 in the WNBA draft to go on to play all 34 games during that season, averaging 13 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 1.35 assists per game. I mean, come on, girl. Like, did I get it all right? Am I missing something? Is there other things that you did that I just don't know about? Because the list just goes on and on.
No, that you covered it all. You covered it all.
All right. After that, was there like a moment of reflection for you after that year that was like, wow, I did it, or maybe something else, another feeling like relief or gratitude, or what was that like for you?
I'll say when the season ended my rookie year, I just took a deep breath because it was so continuous. Like I really played like year round. So once the season's over, I was able to sit back and like take a deep breath and kind of just reflect on my accomplishments. Because at the time, like I not to celebrate any of my accomplishments. Because after winning the national championship, the next day, maybe didn't know it was the next day was the deadline to declare for WNBA draft. So I almost missed the WNBA draft deadline to declare. So I literally had like maybe like 3 hours to decide if I wanted to go to the draft or not. So after that, then you go to the draft, then the season start, then rookie year. And once the season's over, then I was able to be like, okay, now I can celebrate being a national champion, and now I can appreciate and celebrate winning rookie of the year and stuff like that. So it was just like a big
I bet. Seriously. I mean, and what's Dallas like? How are the fans there? How's the community there? What's the life like there?
Oh, Dallas is real chill and cool. I mean, the fans like our arena, like, cause we have like a small arena, so it's like packed down there. Like it gets loud in there. Like the
Nice.
fans are like loud. Like it's so much fun. Like the Dallas fans are very supportive. Like it's just so much fun. I love home games because we have like packed houses and the fans are really loud. So it's really cool.
That is really cool. And especially because I know you're used to packed arenas before that with USC, so you definitely didn't want a letdown coming into the WNBA. But speaking of actually packed arenas
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff,
but South Carolina on a different level.
South Carolina is on a different level. You are so right. And like that was just something else I actually want to note real quick before we move on is something Dawn has done at USC is created like instead of the fans, it's the fams. And she's created a community from it that has put all different types of
hmm
people together and brought just togetherness and just something that people can celebrate together on every level in women's basketball at Carolina. And I love that community she's created.
Yeah, cause I remember like back when I was getting recruited by South Carolina, like the fan base wasn't as near as it is now. Like it was like general admission seating, like you can basically sit anywhere in the arena.
Yep.
And then like 2-3 years passed by, and then now I see the number one ranked in attendance. I'm like, whoa,
Seriously.
what's going on?
I
What's going on
know.
in South Carolina?
It's the fams. They pull up to home games, they go to away games. I mean, like, it must
Yes.
be a cool feeling to be an away team at a stadium and feel like you have a presence of your home arena.
Yes, because quick story. When I was at UNC, we played South Carolina sweet either I think it was a sweet 16 or round of 32, one of the two. The tournament was in Greensboro, North Carolina. We're in University of North Carolina. When I tell you that arena, all I saw was garnet. Like you thought we were in South Carolina. That's when I knew. I was like, wow, like this team, they fans different. Like it's like we're in North Carolina. They're from South Carolina. They have more fans than the North Carolina team. Like it was the whole arena was just garnet. I'm like, oh my god, like they different in South Carolina.
They really are different, South Carolina. Whew, if only we can get some wins on our football team like our basketball team wins. I mean, come on. It is pretty tough being a Gamecock football fan. But moving on, I actually do want to get to more of a serious topic though. COVID-19. COVID took over our country and the world earlier this year. There's been a lot of change and uncertainty in 2020. In addition, we've had events like the death of Kobe Bryant, Breonna Taylor, while dealing with issues like ongoing systematic racism in our country. And at the same time, a presidential election in November, which as of today, Allisha, is just a little over a week away. Now, obviously, these problems are far from solved, but good things are happening and awareness is being raised because of organizations like the WNBA. What has the WNBA done that is notable to you?
Just aspect of the platform. I mean, we know we have a big platform. People pay attention to us, so why not us? Like, why not we bring awareness to what's going on around the world? I mean, we have the followers on social media. Like, when we speak, listen to what we say. So for us to bring awareness to all the social injustice that's going on in the world, I mean, that just shows what kind of league we are. I mean, we want unity and we want the right things to happen. We want justice, but it's just the unity that the WNBA has as a whole of use a platform to just bring attention to all the social injustice that's going on in the world.
And obviously, attention it has brought. And speaking of attention, did you girls do messages or names on the back of your jerseys to represent people?
Yeah, this year they specifically put Breonna Taylor on the back of our jerseys, and it was basically we were running the Say Her Name campaign. So we start off with Breonna Taylor, but we had her name on the back of our jerseys the whole season. But then throughout the season, before every game, we would change the names of the women that haven't got justice yet for being done wrong. So it was just cool, like being involved in that, and being a voice and a platform to bring justice, or try to bring justice to the people that wasn't that hasn't had justice yet.
Like I said, obviously justice has not been done in a lot of areas, but I feel like unity is a big part of change going forward. And I'm glad that at least the unity is starting to form, and hopefully we can move forward. Speaking of moving forward, is there any message you would like to send to people who are just not sure if their vote matters or if they should even vote in this upcoming election?
I mean, the biggest thing is getting out there to vote. Make sure you register to vote, because I mean, we can talk and badmouth people all we want, but if we don't bring action to, or back up your action of what you're saying, I mean, no change will come, because it makes no sense for us to badmouth certain people, or talk about people, and you don't do things like vote to make change. So it's very important. It's very, very important to get to the polls and vote.
I totally agree. Election day is November 3rd, everyone. In most states, you can vote early, and I would encourage everyone to do so. If you need any more information about registering to vote, voting early, or where to vote, please visit vote.org. Me and Allisha very much encourage you guys voting, people. Get out
Yes.
there and work those polls.
Yes, please.
Seriously, guys, to keep this more kind of on COVID, the WNBA took on a bubble. What is that like?
It was definitely different. I won't lie. It was. I mean, just the way they put it together was just unbelievable. All the hard work they put in to even make a season come this year. Because at first we were unaware if we were going to even, or undecided if we were going to even have a season this season. For them to bring the idea of the bubble, and for everybody to even stay safe and not catch COVID during the bubble, I mean, that just shows the success that the bubble had. I mean, it was also kind of weird that you like go downstairs, like you see like the referees in the lobby, or you see like people like every single day. But other than that, I mean, it was cool that we were able to have a season and everybody was able to stay safe.
That number one goal, stay safe. I mean, obviously, when they presented that to you, was it kind of like the notion of playing with limited or no fans? Was that kind of like, okay, like how was that feeling?
I mean, you rely on fans for many things, like to get you going, to get the momentum of the game going. So like it was definitely kind of weird at first, but as time went, you kind of get used to it, because once you get like into the focus of the game, you just focus on what you're doing on the court. But I mean, it's definitely weird to not have fans, especially not like your friends and family able to watch it, be there in person as well. So that was kind of weird as well. But other than that, it once we got going, you got kind of used to it, but at first it was definitely weird.
I totally feel that. So what I do need to ask this though. I know this might sound really corny, so don't make fun of me, but is there trash talk in the WNB? Like there is be like y'all talking trash to each other on the court? Like how does that work?
Oh yeah, people talk trash. Oh yeah, they definitely talk trash.
Okay.
I'm personally not a trash talker, but I mean, there's definitely some trash talkers on the court. Yeah.
Like you're just gonna leave it all out there. Like let me just shoot this 3-pointer in your face. I'll shut you up.
Yep.
Well, what's it like playing with former Gamecock, Ty Harris?
It's fun. I mean, I was very excited when Ty got drafted to the Wings. Like I started like jumping up and down at the TV, because I mean, I love playing with Ty. I mean, she's a great point guard, great person. Like I just love Ty so much. But so for her to be able to come to Dallas Wings, because it's crazy, because like on her senior night, I had like made like a video for her, and I was saying how like I wish I could have another year to play with you, and then a month later, like she getting drafted to the Dallas Wings. I mean, but so I was just overjoyed, like I was so excited.
see people dreams come true.
Yep, they really do.
Seriously. What do you think the Dallas Wings have over these other teams right now? What is it that brings you guys together so well as a group?
I think it's the fact that like we're young, so you're able to do like many things with us. I mean, we tend to, since we're young, we got fresh legs and tend to not get as tired. But I just think our hard work and our grit that we have as a team. But overall, I mean, I just think we just can use our like us being young as an advantage, because every year, like I've been like, we're the youngest team in the league, so we can use that to our advantage of being young.
I love it. One of the youngest teams, and actually one of the older teams, not older, but Miss Sue Bird, and then they took the championship this year. Congrats to them. Asia had a great performance. Shout out to them. I mean, Vegas really played a great season, so I got to give them some credit.
Oh yeah, MVP.
Miss MVP is what I'm saying. Miss MVP. So what's it like playing against the Vegas? I know that's a new team. So how is it playing against one Asia who's new out there and then a new team?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's cool. I mean, playing against Asia, like I can never take Asia seriously, but it's just funny because like I just know for a fact like Asia wants to block my shot so bad, and luckily like she hasn't been able to block it yet. But I just know she want to block my shot so bad because I just know it's just like her. Some just be like some just triggering her mind when I'm like going to the bathroom. I see her come, and I'm like, I know she about to try to block my shot, and if she block my shot, I never get to live it down. So far I'm good, but I mean, I do trash talk Asia though. Like me and Asia trash talk each other, and we be laughing on the court with each other. But other than that, that's probably the only person I talk. No, it's probably I talk trash to Tiffany Mitchell. I talk trash to Stephanie Brung, and I talk trash to Diamond Shields. But those are my friends, so
yeah,
I talk trash to them. But other players, I don't talk trash to them.
If
it's definitely fun playing
it's
against
a block
Asia,
on
but
you,
I can't take Asia seriously though.
I can totally see the meme just coming up on Twitter and her and Dawn and everybody just like going crazy off of it. Do not let her get this block on you, girl.
I can't, because I'll never hear the end of this ever.
LOL. Moving on to next season, what do you want to improve on the most? Like, what's something you just feel like you can improve on more?
For me, when I go into the off season, I focus on my game as a whole. So I try to not put too much time to one thing and just kind of be like, like, what else can I do to elevate my game? And what I worked on last off season was being able to create more off the dribble, improve my ball handling. So for this off season, I want to continue improving on that so I can be even more shifty on the court and be able to create my own shot.
I feel that. So, I mean, you obviously have practices you go to and things are different with COVID. So like, are there extra, I don't know, like, do you just come home and get shots up? Is there like a local gym you like to go to, or I guess a trainer you go to and visit that helps you work on the things you're trying to work on?
Yeah, I have a trainer. His name is John Holman. Back in when I used to be in San Marcos, I'm currently living in Houston. Was in San Marcos. I was able to meet. It's crazy because I met John through my boyfriend, because my boyfriend and his wife both work at the same like elementary school.
Nice.
So she was able to tell my boyfriend about John, and he told me about John. And I was like, well, I need a trainer in the San Marcos area anyway, so why not? And ever since then, I've been training John. But now that I moved to the Houston area, he comes down here, and also we do sessions via Zoom as well. But I go to like this gym. It's called Redline Gym, and it's like real like quiet. So I'm normally in there by myself, so I have the whole gym to myself.
Everyone loves a good gym to themselves. Seriously, it's the best
Yes.
time to focus. When does the season start this year? Were things a little different with COVID?
Yeah, I'm not sure of the start time for next season, but I know this season was definitely different because we started like back in like way late in July. So I don't know how it is next season. We haven't got any info on that yet.
So for this upcoming season, though, excitement level 1 to 10, what are you?
I'll say I'm at right now, because I'm unsure that we're having the season or not. I'll say I'm at like an 8.
I feel
if it's
that.
like written in stone that we're having a season, I'll probably still be like a 8 or 9. 10 is just like perfect, and I know, so I'd be like an 8 or a 9.
I feel like it's gonna be a while before things are, I guess, said perfect again, but I'm just happy that we're able to have the season safely.
That's the biggest thing, being safe.
100%. Before I let you go, we asked our opinions on Pickens fam to send us some of the things they wanted me to chat with you about. So here's a few things that they asked. Let's go ahead and jump into the first question. What is one or two
Okay.
things every player has to have going into each game?
Competitiveness and confidence. You just knowing that when you go in a game, you just know that the person that you're guarding or the person that you're going against, that they're not better than you. So the biggest thing is just being competitive and having confidence, because without those two things, you'll basically get exposed.
Next question would be, did you ever think you'd be where you are today?
Well, for me personally, WNBA. I mean, that's why I stuck to playing basketball, because honestly, if I knew I had no chance of making the WNBA, I probably would have probably chose another career. But I really had no plan B. I mean, basketball was my plan A, and that's the only thing I had in my mind that I was going to be in the WNBA. So I literally had no plan B, just plan A, make it to the WNBA.
I love it. I love it. A girl with a goal and she works towards it and gets it, which is a great example, people, to show you that if you put your mind to it and you work hard, keywords, put your mind to it, work hard, many things are possible. And Allisha, I can just say, seriously, I look up to you. A lot of people look up to you, and it's amazing to see you grow. It really is.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Of course. I'm excited to see you and the Dallas Wings ball out in this upcoming season. I really need to get an Allisha Gray jersey, get on Instagram, take a few photos in it. And also, I'm going to send you some opinions on Pickens merchandise too, girl. What's your size?
I wear a medium shirt.
Okay. It's
well,
funny.
Men, I'm a medium. Women, I'm a large.
See, she's like me, guys. One of the things I loved about being in class with Allisha is she is a little taller than me, which doesn't happen often. I think I'm like 5'11". What are you, 6 foot?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not very often, but I'm sure with your job it is now with you, but just in life, in normal life, to just walk around amongst 6 foot tall women in regular life. And so, yeah, we kind of have, she's obviously more fit than I am, people, but like the same kind of body fit, like height and stuff. But I'm excited to send you some stuff. But thank you so much for chatting with me. I'm glad we finally got to catch up and let the OOP fam in on some info in your life along the way. Thanks for joining us again, Allisha. We appreciate it. Can you let the people know where they can follow you at online?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Greatness, GRAYTNESS 15. And that's both Instagram and Twitter.
Go ahead and follow.
And you can follow me on, I got Twitch too. And that's the same as my Instagram and Twitter name.
Wait, pause. What is a Twitch?
It's a gaming platform.
Oh.
I stream when I game.
Okay, I just learned something. I had no idea what the Twitch was, people. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Alyssa Butterson, and this is Opinions on Pickens. Tune in next week. Can't wait to hear from you guys. Bye.
Thanks for listening. Check us out on Instagram at Opinions on Pickens. Please like and subscribe to us on YouTube and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, keep winning.